The Mineral Springs Hotel. Here we go. Can we come in the hotel? Welcome to Soul Searching, and today we're going to discuss our overnight investigation of the Mineral Springs Hotel, and we're doing this discussion at the Limp Mansion. So this is the lavender room. This is the room where Julia Limp and also William Limp Sr. died. And we've also put up here pinwheels. We can't see them, but you can watch to see if they start to move at any time during this discussion. Well, the first thing I want to say about Mineral Springs is it was really creepy.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, I do think it's haunted, but it wasn't so much the hauntings. It's just everywhere you went in the place, you felt creeped out. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, we did capture a few things, and we proved a few claims too that they have there. But I want to tell a little bit about the history. The Lure brothers were pretty wealthy meat packers in Alton, Illinois, and they wanted to expand their meatpacking plant, and so they purchased the site which the Mineral Springs Hotel now sits on. And as they started construction, they discovered that there were natural springs flowing underneath the land. And they got this great idea because in 1914 it was a hot idea to go ahead and use the mineral water for health reasons. They claimed that the mineral water cured everything. You could bathe in it, you could drink it. So what they decided to do is build a hotel, and they built a very grand hotel. It was 5 stories tall. Now the first floor, the basement floor, was where the bottling was, and it's where the spring actually entered the building. And then up from the bottling was the men's pool. It was restricted to men only. I don't know why. And then up from there was a public swimming pool, and it saw 3,000 guests per season, and they would pump the mineral water from the basement to fill these pools. So now their mineral water became so popular, they were bottling it, and it was being sold as far away as New Orleans. It was shipped to several different states. The hotel was so grand, it had a ballroom, which had its own orchestra. It had a dining hall. It had a bar. Operation of the hotel was great until about the 1960s. It became dilapidated, and eventually it was just closed down in 1971. And it sat vacant to the late 1970s. I believe it was 1978. And a man came and bought it, and he restored it and turned it into an antique mall. And now it has antiques, it has shops, it even has apartments on that main floor. Now the hauntings at the place are too many to list them all. I mean, there are so many stories, so many urban legends, it's crazy. So what I decided to do is just kind of tell you about the ones that are the most popular, and there are a couple that do actually have historical merit. First one is, you remember when we came in the lobby and you go straight down and there's that staircase that goes up to the top floor? Well, there's a story, and it's about what's called the Lavender Lady. They say you smell lavender perfume there, and the story has a lot of different variations. One of them is that her husband found her being unfaithful and threw her down the steps and murdered her. Another is that they were arguing by the steps and she fell down accidentally. Well, there is a newspaper article from 1925 about a lady who did fall down those stairs and died. It didn't explain how, it didn't say she was murdered, it just said she accidentally fell down the steps. So there's no doubt in my mind that the staircase, it is haunted. And I even have a clip for you I want to show you about that staircase. Do you want to take a look?
Of course. Bring the old children.
That would be one hell of a fall. Nice. Oh, it's my water. That's what it is.
Oh my God, stairs.
I know.
My legs are sore.
Is there anybody out here?
My goodness.
Oh, the yoga.
Teacher trainings.
Did somebody fall down the steps? Did you get hurt? That's kind of a long way now. Oh, does anybody have their flashlight on? I don't know what I did.
What?
Did you hear that?
I didn't hear what it said though.
Okay. Well, the next, if we go further, it's going to say what I think it said. Do you want me to switch it back and you want to listen before what I think it said?
Okay.
Okay. Because people claim they do not hear my EVPs, but you did hear
I
something.
heard something.
Okay, so that's a step in the correct direction. Now, I'm not always certain what I think is said is actually what is said. I do go through a process of trying to slow it down. I turn it up really loud. I use good headphones. But you may actually think it says something else. So we'll back it up and you can take a listen to that and then I'll show you what I think it says. Oh, does anybody have their flashlight on? I don't know what I did.
Flashlight.
What do you think?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Does it sound like a
Yeah.
lady?
Yeah, because I couldn't hear. I mean, I could hear the whisper, and then when you put your words to it, then it's like I could hear it.
Right.
You know?
Well, a lot of people
But-
say that I just put words to noises, you know, but I mean, it's plain as day. I mean, when I was listening to this one, I didn't even have to slow down. Plain as day when I was listening to this one right offhand, I heard a lady. So, but maybe I am crazy, but you are going to admit there
Yeah.
is either some sort of noise or a voice is at least there
Oh, there's
that
a
you
voice
can
there. Yeah.
hear.
Yes.
Okay,
definitely.
somebody's on my side. Katie here. Oh, yeah. Michelle's sitting in for Katie because Katie is in her senior year of college and way too busy for ghost hunting. So, but Katie, just to be fair, would say, oh, it was a door that's shut.
No, it was definitely.
It was a fan going off. It was some kind of ambient noise that I'm just putting words to. So, nice to have you along.
I definitely heard that. It's not
Yeah.
just. I heard a whisper.
I did
So-
too. Plain as day.
Yes.
Plain
Oh,
as day.
definitely.
We do have really good headphones, though. I mean, if you're just doing it from a speaker, it may not be as audible. You know, I don't know, but these are really good headphones. So, but anyway, let's move on. The whole reason we were going up that staircase was to get to the top floor, which is completely under construction. It's crazy up there. Now, there is a story up there of a woman named Pearl who supposedly committed suicide. I could not find out how she did it. I think the other group that we were with was saying she took pills. I'm not sure about that. I couldn't verify that. I did find a newspaper article that they were talking about, but it did not say that. It just said she went missing on a Tuesday. Her husband reported her missing, and that they found her dead. They didn't say how, but on that top floor of the Mineral Springs Hotel. Now, her name is Pearl. Now, one of the other more popular, I mean, because there's all kinds of lore and legend, but one of the more popular stories about that second floor is a man up there also committed suicide. And I'm bringing him up because I'm not so sure we made contact with Pearl, but I do think we made contact with a male being of some sort, possibly. It's hard to know. But the whole reason we were going up there is because Jennifer felt ill, and the very far, I didn't even know this place went this far, but like at the very far end somewhere, I don't even know if I can find it again, of the hotel. So this is where this clip starts, and what we decided to do is the Estes method. Now, first you tried it, you weren't successful. Then Jennifer tried it, she wasn't successful. So then you guys said, okay, Shannon, you try it. I'm like, you guys, slow it down. You guys had it on like max speed. I don't think you could hear anything talking that fast. So I slowed it down a lot. And I actually did get things. And then you said, well, I want to try it again. When you were doing it, there's a couple of EMF spikes. The EMF detector was sitting in the window around no other EMF source. Because if you watch through the entire video, it never spikes until a couple of times towards the end of your session. Wherever you felt like there was something.
At least there's light there.
You tell us what room you think.
Oh, it was all the way back.
Well, I mean, even if you pick something up, something new. Is there anybody here? Is Pearl up here? It's weird that all the windows on this side are like boarded up, it looks like.
Yeah, I was like, are there actually windows over there? But yeah, there are windows.
These aren't boarded up. That's weird.
Watch your heads.
Okay. Those look like windows here?
Where?
Like right here. And this is brick. Like right there. Isn't that a window? See? That's a window.
I mean, yeah, technically, those are windows.
So I think this is some kind of an addition or something. Was this originally here? I mean, I don't know when it was added, but it's weird that there's windows there.
It's interesting, there's gunshot spots.
Bullet holes?
Yeah.
Was this a secret room? Did somebody bring guns up here? Did somebody get shot?
That's right.
Okay, so this is the spot?
Back there. And you got a big hole right here.
Whew, yeah. Watch me falling after telling you guys to be careful.
Oh, there's a wall. So I might use the wrong.
So what kind of feelings are you getting down here, Jennifer?
Uneasy.
Are you feeling sick or anything?
Not yet.
Okay. Do you just feel like weight or like what's making you feel uneasy? Just like anxious?
It's just uneasy.
Okay, let's see what's down there. Oh, another hole. Be careful.
How many spirits
Go
are
away.
here?
One.
What's your name?
What is wrong with you up here?
Love.
So you're a good spirit?
Love. Has your heart been broken?
I like you.
Oh, that's fucking. Hey, now.
Nathan.
Okay,
Oh.
Nathan, calm down.
So your name's Nathan.
Nathan. Moses.
Yeah, you do not walk on water. You do not. Hurt. What is
Devil.
wrong?
No, there's no devil here.
What is wrong? Why?
Now it's ready.
What's ready?
Why the feelings?
Why is Jennifer getting sick? Up here.
It's all talk.
Are you lying, Jennifer?
Pepper?
Pepper? What's Pepper?
Philip? Get out.
No, we don't want to get out. You want us to leave?
I mean,
I'm Noah.
Oh, you're Noah. Hi, Noah. I'm Michelle. That's Shannon that's listening to you talk and telling us what you're saying. Can you tell us some more?
Trouble.
yeah, I can sense trouble. What happened back here besides?
You
trouble?
asked.
I did ask.
So what's troubling you, or what happened back here?
I have to do that. We were married.
What did you do?
God's here.
Well, hi, God. So then there's no evil here if God's here.
I'm David.
Well, how many spirits are here with us?
And it's flawed.
All the systems are flawed.
How many spirits are here?
That's loosely.
50.
There's 50 people here? Or 50 spirits here?
Just died.
Who just
He
died?
died.
Who's I?
Is anybody buried in the
Purple?
in the floorboard? Yes, I'm wearing purple pants. You're wearing
Right.
a purple shirt.
I have a purple shirt on.
We match.
Yeah.
Is there anything buried in the floorboards?
Trouble.
Besides trouble.
Who are you? Why are you bothering Jennifer? Why are you making her feel you?
A Bible?
Are you a religious person?
Trespassing on your territory.
Were you a preacher?
Guilt?
Did you do something that was against your beliefs? Did you kill someone? Did you hurt someone?
This thing, hold on a minute. I moved it and the thing. That's not doing anything.
Can you hear me, Michelle? Did you hurt somebody?
What is your name?
What makes you feel guilty? Were you Christian? Is that funny? Did you hurt yourself? Did you work here?
Did you love someone that worked here?
Did you live here?
Something's angry.
Satisfied?
Why are you angry?
Dude,
Are you in pain? Did someone hurt you?
let's go.
Where do you want to go? Why do you stay here?
I don't know how much more I can stay here. You reach out. Dead
Uh,
pain.
Who hurt you?
So why are you still here? Lie. I breathed it.
What did you breathe?
Nobody loved me.
But you love someone.
Did you kill yourself?
Are you gonna trust me?
Do you trust me?
To the doctor.
Were you sick?
You're alive.
Are you dead? When did you die? Do you know you are dead?
It's at the chapel.
Were you a religious man? Were you a religious woman?
I will not breathe.
Did someone suffocate you? Did someone strangle you?
Friday.
Did you hang yourself? Did you go to the Unitarian Church?
Hiccup.
Were you poisoned? Back.
No.
Did you hang yourself?
Someone else.
Did you poison someone else?
Did you poison a lot of someone else's?
Did you kill people?
Positive.
Yeah, I think there's a bad guy up here.
God.
A what?
I think there's probably a bad guy up here. You know, it sounds like from the responses that maybe he maybe murdered some people or something. Maybe. I don't know. What do you feel?
I am like depleted right now.
You're what?
Depleted.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go. We wish you peace. This is your chance if you want to say something. Okay, we decided to put a REM pod out. What does the green mean? It's Michelle's REM pod. You don't know? Is William limp here? If so, can you light up the lights on that REM pod? Is Jacob here? I know your name originally was Jacob.
I think I brought my book with me, so I'll look at it a little bit.
Okay. Is Julia here? This used to be your bedroom. Okay, just a little bit of to come this evening, which probably won't be until March before you see it. I gotta learn how to do live. But anyway, back to Mineral Springs. Oh my God, it was dangerous. We had to walk across boards over open floors, and it was crazy, and it was all dark. You see me with the flashlight, that's not a regular flashlight, that's an infrared flashlight, which does not help me see at all. It only helps the camera see better. So when you say, oh my God, I can't see, or I say, I can't find my flashlight, but I'm holding that, that's because it's an infrared light and it does not light things up for me. The REM pod went off. Oh, oh, oh. Cool. I don't know what green means. We'll have to figure that out. I added the EMF detector. So if you guys see a row of blue lights go off, that's EMF. But next is my favorite part. The swimming pool was really cool. I thought we did an excellent job, the three of us investigating that. And the stories at the swimming pool are probably the most popular. Clarence, a 17-year-old boy or teen, supposedly drowned during swimming lessons. Now, it's not backed up, but that's one of the claims. The other one is a married man named Walter, I believe it was. He also drowned in the pool. He was drinking, he was there at a party, and I guess he had a little too much. He and his wife supposedly got into it, but that's not backed up either. And then there's a really, really popular claim about a little girl named Cassandra, also known as Cassie. She supposedly died during a birthday party. She drowned in the pool. Now, there's nothing to back that one up either. So, but with so many people, I really think the pool is supposed to be the most haunted place. I think it is the most haunted place in the building. And with so many people coming every season, 3,000 plus, there's a lot of energy, whether it's residual or intelligent, that got left there, you know. One of the most famous claims is that, I don't know if it's Clarence, Walter, or somebody else, we got the name Elias, but there's a man that is seen either sitting or standing on the side of the pool, not in the pool, but you know, like in the side area. And then the other big claim is Cassandra. You hear her voices, and you also can see her moving and playing with her toys. So let's watch, because I think we ended up substantiating the claims. Is there anybody in here? We're gonna go for a swim.
What?
I'm telling the ghost we're going for a swim.
Right?
But
it's locked.
The ghost locked us out. It was locked for you, Jennifer. Hello? I heard there's a little girl down here. You can talk into this camera. My name's Shannon. We came to come visit you. Oh, there's a book. Somebody left a book. Were you reading the book?
There's a little giraffe over here too.
Do you want Michelle to tell you a story?
Once upon a time, a goose drank wine, a monkey chewed tobacco on a streetcar line. Streetcar broke and the monkey choked, and they all went to heaven in a little tin boat.
Oh, I like that. I never heard that before. Did you like that story? Oh, look at all these toys down here. How exciting.
We've got all sorts of toys over here. Oh, okay. I won't sit in that one.
Can we play with your toys? Is Cassandra here? The people that were here before said that they think they saw you. If you touch one of your dolls, it'll make that orange machine light up pretty colors. Can you show us how you play with your baby dolls? Oh, there's more over here. You are loaded.
Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of marbles and stuff back
Ooh, and
there,
a
too.
ball. Can you make that ball move? Can you move that ball? I'd get really excited if you could. Jennifer's gonna sing you a song. And if you like it, touch my orange machine over there to let us know.
Little children, I'll take thee away into a land of enchantment. Come, little children, the time's come to play here in my garden.
If you don't want to touch my machine, can you knock on something so we know you're here? And we know you liked it? Can you move one of the dolls? Maybe we should just stop it now, like put it rested against like that crate
Here?
and see if Cassie wants to kick it. Can you kick it for us, Cassie? Can you kick the ball? Like we were doing, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
We certainly kicked up a lot of dust.
Yeah, I know. My nose is running again. Can you move that ball? Can you kick it? Can you play with us? You got so many toys. Are you here, Cassie? Or Cassandra? Oh, I thought I heard a high pitch. It was like squeak. Was that you? If that was you, can you do that again? Were you trying to talk to us? I thought I might have heard you. If you walk in front of this camera, we'll see you. If you touch your dolls over there by my machine, that won't hurt you. We can ask you yes or no questions. I could have sworn I heard a voice again. Hopefully the camera picks something up. Is that you talking to me? Or am I just hearing things because it's so quiet in here? It keeps sounding like it's like coming from over here. Are you maybe down here watching us? Watching us be silly? Kicking your ball? Was it okay that we played with your ball? I got an EMF spike right here, but then it went away.
Was it just a spike that went away, or just?
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting another one. Is there someone? Oh, it keeps going here. Is there someone here next to me? Ooh, it made the light go off. Is that a yes? Can I ask you questions?
Yeah, it was amazing to see there. Keep going, that was beautiful.
Oh, it must be an EMF source. Do you hear that? It sounds like a little girl's voice, and it sounds like it's coming from over here. Is anybody else hearing it, or is it just me hearing things? It's like real faint. Is that you, Cassie, talking to me? I think I might be hearing you, or I just might be really tired. Can you talk a little louder? Can you talk a little louder so we can all hear you? So Jennifer and Michelle can hear you too? This just looks pretty cool.
Basically, they're dancing.
Ooh, the playlist is still on. I forgot all about that.
What the hell is that?
It said something. I forgot all about the playlist.
Jeez.
Should get that out. That, are you talking on my other machine? It's been quiet all this time. Let me go get it. I need a flashlight though. Where's my flashlight? I probably left it down here. Oh, thank you. I forgot about this machine. Do you like this machine? I'm gonna see what you said.
Just thinking. Dancing queen. Feel the river. Tambourine. I don't know. I used to be able to dance. I don't know how to dance. That's too fat.
Quibble.
Quibble? Quibble?
What does that mean? Can you use this machine?
Elias.
Oh, it didn't flip. Why didn't it flip? It said something else, but... Oh, Elias. Is there an Elias here? Who are you, Elias? Are you friends with Cassie? Can you see us? All you have to do is use the magnetic field and find words in that dictionary. We were really happy you were trying to talk to us. Is there anything you want to say? Did you like swimming? Task. That's weird. This thing's been quiet this whole time since we had it in the lobby. I forgot I even had it on. I mean, I didn't hear it at all on the second floor. When you walked around the pool, there was so much like gravelly, gritty kind of stuff.
Right.
Somebody couldn't have just creeped in on us.
Right.
I think it was an apparition.
I think so too.
It's pretty creepy. I got so excited when I had to message you and say, I think we got an apparition.
That was cool.
I know.
I do. I believe it, because
And they say that you see a man sitting or standing on the side of the pool. He's sitting on the
Wow.
side of the pool.
Yeah,
That was cool.
that was really cool. Yes, I definitely think it was an apparition.
Yep, I do believe the swimming pool is the most haunted part.
Yep.
Alright,
That's wild. I wish I knew what that meant. I should have looked it up.
we'll figure it out.
It says it's only staying on the red. Okay, ready?
Yeah, this part is where the spring comes in, and it's also where the bottling took place. Now, this is supposed to be the evil part of the motel, or the evil part of the hotel. And they say they hear growling down there, they see shadows. And actually, out of the whole hotel, I didn't get sick like Jennifer, but this is the only place where I did get that feeling of creepiness. And unless my camera did something wrong, I made a mistake, there is something that happens in this clip that indicates it's demonic.
Is that something?
Yeah.
Something out in that hallway.
Yeah, I heard like that way.
That was nuts. I cannot tell if it's a drip or if it's something knocking. Yeah, I kept hearing drips or something knocking.
Is there anybody down there?
I cannot tell if it's a drip or if it's something knocking. Yeah, I kept hearing drips or something knocking.
If that was you, can you do it again? Can you knock on something or walk so we can hear you and know you're here? Oh, I heard a footstep. Was anybody moving? Can you come closer to us? Can you walk over here by us? We'd love to see your spirit and your shadow. I'm hearing something down there. It might be a drip.
I think that's a drip.
Can you make your presence known to us? Why do you hide down here? Why don't you come upstairs? Do you like the springs that flow under this building?
Do they give you energy?
Can you do anything to let us know you're here? People say you growl. I wonder if they just hear cars out there thinking they're growls. When I was here before, I asked, is anybody down here? And you said no. You don't like people visiting? And then you shut the door. Can you shut that door up there now, again? So it'll be closed when we go up? What was back here? Did you work down here bottling the spring water? Did you know the Lure brothers? Are you back here? We're not going to hurt you. You don't have to hide from us. So what used to happen down here? Was anybody ever hurt down here? I'm not sure.
Something about this area.
To me, what was really creepy was that room down there. And I usually don't get like feelings.
Yeah.
Did you walk in? You should come walk in this room down here, see what you feel. Here, let me grab my bag. See if you feel, because I usually don't get like a feeling, but I got like a heaviness.
In here?
Yeah, let me look. Wherever I was just at. Yeah, and if you go, if you go to the left, it goes back to the steps.
What was in there?
Oh, that's just more of that room. There's just a bunch of rock and rubble. But the room with all the water in it kind of creeped me out down in here.
Jeez, I could like stab people right there.
Oh, wow. Rebarb.
Damn, man, yeah, it's like all pokey out.
That was wild.
Yeah, and what I want to say, that was the only time that we investigated with the other group. I mean, we did kind of like do a little bit, but full on investigating. And that's because it was so bad and moldy down there. We didn't want to go back down again. And there were only 2 men in that group. What, 2 women and 2 men? Wasn't it? Wasn't it the lady, her daughter, that one guy, and then her daughter's boyfriend, I think.
Yeah.
There was only 4 of them. And that sounds like mimicking to me. I mean, I don't know if my camera could have did something funny, made him repeat himself, but it's not exactly a complete repeat because it has in front of it, the second one.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was creepy. And as you know, I don't usually get creeped out in places, but I did down in this bottling room feel something creepy. We didn't hear any growls or anything, but.
No.
And then I think when you saw the old well, I guess boarded up, or I don't know what they did to it. There's a lot of orbs all through these videos because it was a really dirty, dusty place. But that orb to me kind of stood out. The way it just flowed over and then down. So I don't know, if you're an orb person, check that orb out. So what do you think?
I thought it was very interesting.
Do you think that was a mimic?
I think it was.
Because it was weird because he was on my right, but the second voice sounded like it came from the left, didn't it?
Yes.
I don't know. We got some weird stuff in
Now,
this
if I was
place.
Katie, I'd be saying it was just your machine, Mom. It was just your camera.
Malfunctioned or something, or my editing malfunctioned or something. But I double checked it to make sure I didn't screw it up in editing or something like that, and it was there, and I'm like, wow.
No, that.
It was cool.
It is, because like you said, the one is over here, the other one's over here.
And I couldn't do that in editing.
Right.
If you can, I have no clue on how.
If you did, it was a fluke, right?
Yeah, it was just bizarre. I think it was mimicking. I really do.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were down in this, and we took them creepy steps back up, and then the first place we stopped was the men's pool. Now this place also made Jennifer sick, and the air quality was the worst, I would say, right there. So we didn't stay very long. What people claim they see in there are shadows, and guess what? We actually did get shadows, but they're weird shadows. So I want you to take a look at them, see what you think. guess what? We actually did get shadows, but they're weird shadows. So I want you to take a look at them, see what you think. Let's see. Oh. It's weird, the REM pod quit going off. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird.
Keep going.
This one. You see okay?
Got a little
Yeah.
vertigo.
This is it.
This is the men's pool?
Yep. This is the one that I said, yeah, no, never mind.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Not much
Because
longer.
you can't go down, but ugh. The feeling in here is,
It's heavy.
it's uneasy. Yeah.
Mildew.
Yeah, that can be part of it too.
If I stay down here much longer, I won't be able to breathe.
Yeah, now I gotta get out of this mold too. But I wanna get this on camera. Yeah, it's hard to breathe. Is this the men's swimming pool? Is there anybody down here? Are you making Jennifer feel uneasy? Why are you doing that?
Are you a creeper? You like to creep on people, don't you?
Can you talk into my camera?
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, the air in here is just so
It's
horrible.
not even the air. I'll just stick.
Did anybody drown in here?
That was like a board.
There's like, if this was the men's pool, there's like no room to walk unless it's just all torn up. It's just like all pool. Well, if there's anything you want to say to us, say it now on our camera. Or if you want to show yourself, you can step in front of the camera. We'd love to see your shadow.
I bet you don't have the guts to step in front of the camera. You're too much of a creeper.
Can you move something to show us that you're here? Can you make footsteps? Well, the air is so bad down here, I can't stay long. I'll be coughing my ass off all night tonight, I got a feeling. Well, thank you for talking to us. Is there anything you want to say? Because we're leaving, we probably won't come back here. But what we would like you to do is shut that door.
On our way out.
That would be so cool, like you did that day I was here. Thank you. We wish you peace. Yeah, I kept wondering how we could have created that shadow, but all I had was an infrared flashlight and it was pitch dark in there.
Right. Yeah.
So, and if you look at that one spot, I'm not even moving the flashlight.
Right.
But there's a weird shadow. It looks like a bar
Right,
or something.
and then-
it comes down initially, and then it
Like-
floats up like
yeah,
maybe
real
it's a mist
slow.
or a shadow. I don't know.
Oh, it's.
I don't know. But they claim. Well, the thing is, they claim that's what you see in there are weird shadows, and we got a weird shadow. If you can explain it, put in the comments. When I was in the sub basement, I was asking the ghost to close the door. And then when I was in the pool, I was asking the ghost to close the door. So do you want to see what happens?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
We gotta go up another one. Man, we were in the sub, weren't we? Jeez, and then another one.
Seriously, what's the sub?
I didn't realize you went so many. Ah, yeah.
Can you see okay now?
Give me a sec.
This is where we go, right?
Yeah.
Up more?
No, I couldn't do another flight. Yeah, this was the door that shut.
Oh, okay. You are more than welcome to slam that door shut.
Yeah, I stepped in here, and I went down like a couple steps, and I said, "Is anybody in here?" And I smelled all that mold. So then I walked out. I didn't actually see the door, so it was a little girl who did. Is there anybody in here?
Walking back, and we're in this one of the hallways, and we heard the door completely shut. Well, thank you for telling us that. Like over there, huh?
Can you shut that door like you did last time? If you like ghost hunting, go to the Mineral Springs Hotel. I think out of all the places we were in Alton, they say it's the most haunted. It's the most haunted. You are gonna get creepy strangeness. If you wanna get an apparition, Mineral Springs Hotel public swimming pool is the place to go. What do you think?
I agree.
Is there anything you wanna say about the investigation?
No, it was very interesting.
It was creepy.
It was very creepy.
Yes. Well, thank you for doing this with me.
You're welcome. This is exciting.
And I hope you liked the episode. I hope you decide to watch the Limp episode. My third trip to the Limp Mansion should be out this spring. And if you did like this, please subscribe, like, and share.
Hit that like button.
All right. Thank you. Goodbye.